Hello again. I wanted to try to make a shorter, more comprehensive response than the previous one that I tried. In response to the Right Opinions third video, the bitter fall of Onision, Greg's last stand. So the segment that was labeled as the more unpopular segment is the one that I'm responding to. So of course everything that that was stated in the video is absolutely correct. I'm not refuting anything. But what I can say is that in terms of a legal issue, there's nothing that we would be able to retrospectively do to Greg, because we all know that Greg isn't the one that's going to be taking the huge fall here like Kai is. We can definitely make laws to make people, not make, but hopefully people will be less vulnerable to this. We can definitely raise awareness around this issue. And even though I kind of agree with you on the part where Chris Hansen is kind of presenting a false hope to people, I will say that for those of us who know who Chris Hansen is, we know that he's not a person directly involved with any official parts of law. It's that for those of us that know who he is, someone as big as him with the media clout that he has drawing attention to this subject helps everyone know that this isn't something being taken lightly. I would hope that there's no one actually feeding into the idea that he's actually some sort of legal figure. But at no point did he ever say that he was. And as far as the stuff with Mike Moore goes, I feel like there are too many people that are, well, not just Mike Moore, but also Vincent. There are too many people willing to let people that have committed their own wrongdoings slide, because we kind of have this lesser of two evils mentality. I don't know why we have this, but it's something that that is unfortunately very ingrained within us, as I've observed. Where as long as you're not this person and this evil, you can get away with a whole bunch else. And there's also the other headlining figures of the people that have been following James, Greg, however he goes, and Kai for a while, who are also super problematic figures. Repsion has a public video that is an anti-SJW video in which he expresses that he would assault a student for disagreeing about pronouns, and basically pulls the millennial boomer of saying he would never respect they them pronouns. And Stevie Wolf has also made a transphobic statement at the very end of one of Onision's live streams, which as far as I know is still public. Throughout the video, he keeps misgendering Kai, even upon being corrected. And then at the end of it, he asks if Kai has a dick. Now, this is obviously extremely inappropriate, and there's no way around the transphobia there. And Chris Hansen, even though he is what we would call a boomer, he is still also what is called a grown man and should understand respect. And upon being corrected multiple times, it took, from what I observed, at least 3 people to explain to him what transition is, for him to finally respect Kai's identity. And on one occasion that I observed, somebody actually had to say that I don't know if this is, somebody had to first of all verify the legitimacy of Kai's transition, and then he started getting better about pronouns. But there's also to be pointed out the use of the word survivor and victim. So there are a lot of reasons to maybe give Chris Hansen a pass, but I don't feel the need to give him a pass when somebody actually had to explain it to him, instead of him just being like, all right, this is the thing. This is how I should refer to Kai, and this is how I will refer to Kai. And the language that he used in directly asking if the transition is legitimate is it's like that pre-op, post-op trans thing that we're currently addressing and trying to get over, of should you respect somebody's identity only if they have started going through any physical processes. So, in terms of problematic figures, the only people who really need the spotlight are the survivors. But despite these figures being so problematic, I am going to trust the spotlight that they're giving this issue, but I'm not willing to trust them any further than I can throw them. And that's just my perspective. But thank you so much for making that series of videos to try to condense it down as much as you could. And also thanks to other people that have been on this case. Jay Aubrey, Mr. Gigi, stuff like that. I love your videos. If you watch this, thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye.